welcome to this week's Power of. Today I have my friend with me and we are doing a Friends of Whole Body Nutrition segment. So I have my friend Jennifer Tom here with me. She is an amazing lady, incredible speaker, amazing person. And I've just asked Jennifer to come and share with us her story and some of her wisdom. So I'm super excited for this. So Jennifer, share with me some of your story, please. What you do now, and how did you get to what you're doing now? Because what you are doing now is a little bit different than what most people do.
I'll just summarize by saying that throughout my life, I've had losses. It began by losing family members on a car accident. It was very tragic. It was on Christmas Day. And I became bitter as we lost loved ones. And I had questions. Why did God take my relatives, people I loved? And that was the beginning of my journey with loss. We did the funeral. Our families got divided. Everybody was upset. Everybody was angry. Shortly after that, I lost my dad, and he had a stroke, and he had not been sick. He just went to bed one day and he could not get up, and he was gone. That was my other loss, where it was so tragic. So I was living with this question in my mind about death and dying, and I had no answers and no one to talk to. To fast forward, I met a very good friend, and we decided to travel the world and hitchhike. And he ended up in Kansas City. I ended up in Canada, and we had just planned to reconnect again. And one night I received a phone call, and my other friend on the line said Phil was in an accident. And the only thing I asked is, which hospital did they take him to? And they said he had died instantly. That was another hit of loss. And through all this time, this is through the years, I've always questioned death and dying. And I believe because I was questioning and searching and trying to read and finding a counselor and finding all these things, I was just looking. And that directed me to want to be a funeral director. Grief is not something that we can go around. We have to go through it. And so working with families that have gone through grief is my biggest passion. Why do I do it? Because I was there, and I understand that we will all go through struggles, and most times through the struggles, that's where we find our strength. Because if you can help someone go through a struggle that you have been, or you've gone through it, it is so fulfilling. It's like holding a child's hand and walking with them. And walking beside someone when they're going through a difficult time is the best reward anybody can ask for. So my struggle was loss of a loved one. My struggle was death of a loved one. I don't know what you're going through, but most times we can get into a corner where we feel sorry for ourselves. We think nobody understands.
Yes.
The best thing is to just get up, go help someone else. And from helping someone else, you get a fulfilled life. Because it's like giving back. So today in my life, I embrace all my challenges. I embrace my failures. I embrace everything that I'm going through because I see it as a learning to pass it along. To pass it along for the next generation.
So when you're going through a struggle and a trial, you keep that in mind when you're going through that I'm going to be able to help someone else because I've now went through this.
Yes. Anytime I go through a struggle, I don't say, why me? I don't ask, why did it happen to me? I say, okay, thank you. Thank you for this suffering. It's part of life. How can I serve? Every day I wake up, I ask, how may I serve? And how do we serve? Sometimes we have to serve through the struggles we've gone through.
That's incredible. Every day when you wake up, how can I serve? That's
how
amazing.
May I serve?
That's awesome.
And when you shift your thinking from who can do this for me and what and about you and go, how may I serve? Your life changes.
That's a challenge for us to every morning wake up and think, how may I serve?
How may I serve?
That's good.
How may I serve?
And to recognize that the trials and the troubles that we're going through or have been through, we can use that to help other people. Because that's, unless you've actually been through something like what you've been through, the tragedies, I mean, I've never been through that exact kind of thing. So when someone else is going through it, I can empathize with them and care about them and offer sympathy, but I can't fully understand it because I've never been there. So for someone like you that's been through that, you can understand them better and you can relate better to them and help them through it. That's interesting.
Right.
So to look at our trials, that totally changes the way we look at things, right?
Right. And let's embrace all these challenges of life. And when we talk about struggles or loss, my struggle was loss of a loved one. There could be someone out there, maybe it's loss of health, loss of finances, loss of family, loss of mental health, loss of, there's so many losses. But every loss results to grief.
Right, yes.
And so if we go through grief and not around grief, we deal with what's happening. And that's what I embrace most. And that's why with every challenge, there are lots of challenges out there. I think life is part of, suffering is part of life.
Yes,
and
it
we
is.
have to just start embracing suffering because it will not go anywhere. We have to live with it. But how may we serve through our suffering?
So to actually embrace the suffering when we're going through it, because it's going to happen anyways, whether you embrace it or you try to reject it, it's going to happen. So try to embrace it and think of how we can help other people by what we went through.
Right.
Many people say about Jen is she brings the joy. And if you can tell that from her, she definitely brings the joy. And you would not think that someone that has been through so much tragedy in her life could be so full of joy. But the only reason and the only way that she is because of putting into practice what you shared with us today. So thank you so much.
I was so honored that you invited me, and I'm looking forward to many more that we can have fun together and inspire, encourage, and how may we serve.
Yes. So if you want to hear more from Jen, leave a comment and let us know what you would like to hear from her. So thanks for watching and have an awesome week.